Okay, apologies everybody. OBS decided to crap its pants. Um, so what happened here is I think an incubi bounced off the Terminators, and I think the incubi died except for Jazar. But the Solitaire cleaned up all the infiltrators, and into Liam at the end of George's turn. Liam picked up 2 units of his teams, so they're up in the sky, and now we're into Liam's turn 2. I'll just need to ask what missions were drawn as yes.
No, I'm not going to do that. I can tell us I'm going to go with Streams, Army Wine, I think. For now.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't think I'm looking to get sneaky and go for a move. I think I'm just going to.
Oh, we lost it there for a bit, didn't we? We're back in. Liam's taken his 2 big kill teams off the board. But he'll be mad at himself allowing so much to die turn 1 just due to movement and some bad placement. The incubi with Jazar did not get the job done against the Terminator.
No, that's it.
And they've lost the entire squad. I think 2 or so wounds left, so he should be off market this turn. Couple of
Lucky, I think.
good saves on the Storm Shield Terminators. The 2 damage incubi obviously taking 2 wounds to get through a single Terminator body. Limits things a little bit. Liam's made this hard for himself. Some of that movement and placement turn 1. He needs to be really fucking careful where he brings these kill teams down. He needs to be able to come down and take away some key targets. He's marked the Talos at the front of that ruin up there that are out in the open as he's over. Hasn't taken 2 O's for this turn. I think where those Talos need to go. I'd argue that Venom needs to go, but actually there's also some Mandrakes tucked in that bottom right-hand corner inside the wall there.
Yeah.
Which has kind of screened out relatively well. With the Rhino well hidden and the speed are gone, I wouldn't be too concerned about the Ravager now. The Talos are definitely a bigger threat.
Yeah, it might kill a Terminator or 2, but that's about it.
Do big work. Not right now. Yeah, there needs to be. Liam needs to play smart here with where he goes. There's going back at the board there as well in that big ruin that can come out and do damage to a Rhino if they want to pop it. So you can see him getting those guys out ready. He needs to be really conscious of Lilith in that Venom in the middle.
Did George keep overwhelming force? Or?
No, he scored both. So overwhelming force was scored up here because he took his unit off.
Oh, so he got
on the so he scored for both. Yeah.
3 for that. So 7 in total.
So it's not a bad first turn for George. And I'll be honest with you, that should not have been the case.
No.
He's also very lucky not to lose that combat lieutenant. Sadly, some biggish mistakes again. I lost him early on. How he comes back from that now is going to be
So I think he scored 10 for his.
So he would have
to hold that one and this one.
Yeah. So there's no. If he placed a bit better, he should be scoring 15 there.
Yeah.
That Solitaire shouldn't be where it is.
But time will tell.
No, it will. Not entirely sure what Liam's thought process is with this unit getting out of the Rhino. Where he's going to move them to. I guess they're going to sort of head into the ruins here.
So, what units just come out of the Rhino?
What's that unit, Liam? Come out of the Rhino?
Going from the roof.
I just want to know what.
Veterans.
Ah, veterans. Veterans. Okay, cool. If he's tucked into there, you should be all right, mate. Let me have a look.
No. So I'm not going to get that. I'm going to leave this side.
Quick line of sight check. That Rhino is now safe from the scourges, even though it's gone up into the front windows. So I think after nearly losing his company lieutenant, Liam's suddenly very aware those scourges are there. I will be very interested to see where Liam drops these kill teams. If Liam leaves that combi lieutenant in the mid objective, I'll be very there we go.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
He was toying with me. Surprised. I mean, I think what his plan is to deal with this solitaire. That solitaire can very easily get to that combi lieutenant even where he's moved it. I'm just thinking if George pulls assassinate,
Then it's going to be an easy one.
that solitaire will have no problems. Just suicide running for some easy points.
And George will have a CP in hand to turn. That is going to be potentially there, so the solitaire will get in if it wants to.
Let's go and do some measuring for this drop.
So, anyway, it's basically this font if I can. If not, I'm going to swap it up. I don't think I'm going to
end that whole unit in there. All right. Big ass spaces. So they're going to go somewhere else in a minute. So instead, it's going to be the Terminators, mate. Nah. This unit's going to try and squeeze in. So.
Yeah, just twist that round this way.
Yeah, so that cuts off to about there.
Yeah, you're cool.
I think I can go there. Pop these guys in there like that. I think that's all looking. And there. So I'm going to drop down there.
So you still T3?
Nah, they're too far away, mate.
Sorry, buddy. So I'm going to drop this unit down somewhere over here. So I'm going to have the melters with an 18, basically. 9 away from there. And 9 to Draz. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to be with an 18. That's fine. I'm going to spend the CP on it anyway. In which case, I'm just going to keep them nice and far away. Within 24, basically. Flamers won't get to reach. I think it's heavy bolters. I've got no CP.
No CP.
So actually, sorry, I'm going to drop the captain. So wrong unit. Captain's unit with a free strat. My unit, mate.
So where are they?
So they're in reserve somewhere.
Oh.
Kick the bow. The same unit. This is the captain, so I can free them.
It's a new battle round. So sorry, same thing. Next unit. Same principle. I'll just make sure I'm in 24 inches in a minute. And I'm going to put them 9 away. Just in case. I won't get any flamers in range of you because the Drazar's here. So let's put these guys at the back here.
Flamers in range of us.
Sorry? No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Just make sure you measure the line out, mate. Saves you.
I need the little I forgot to bring with me, which measures 9. Yeah, I definitely can.
Down the army. Just have like 4 or 5 9.
I know. Well, normally I'm the run at you in charge army. They're all going to see down there. I'm going to boost them at 24-inch range. They can see down there. keeps that line there. I'm just going to put.
What's that bit, George? Is that
Sticky by were in there. That one's got Lilith inside.
And the captain, who's just going to sit there.
Yeah.
And then this unit will come down somewhere. I think we're going to drop behind them, to be honest. I don't think I'm not interested in going over there and dealing with like all that stuff over there right now.
Okay, well, Liam's placement doesn't look too bad here. So he's going to try and make the best of these kill teams. I would prefer to see the other kill team go on the far right flank, to be fair, and try and take out Lilith's Venom.
Yeah, because then there'd be a potential for some witches to come out and die if he gets the job done that way.
Yeah, I just think, and just the reduction in movement, it just gives Lilith their free. Overwatch, obviously, a problem for Lilith as well, potentially, without George spending CP. I mean, it looks like those melters and heavy bolters are going to be able to get some shots into the Talos. With a little bit of manoeuvring, some of those aggressors should now be able to see the Solitaire in the building. And if he can kill the Solitaire with the Flamers, you then expect him to put those Cyclone missile launchers into either Talos, Venom, or the Ravager at the top there. So he's given himself quite a lot of options. What tends to be key with dropping, you know, for a big shooty phase like this is target priority, right? So, you know, I personally as well, like, Liam's left Drazar in combat with 3 Terminators. I would be fooling those guys back. I'd be using the Flamers and Heavy Bolters from the kill team. He should probably very easily kill a couple of wings that are left on Drazar.
Yeah, there's only 2 left, right?
Because otherwise, if you don't fall back and you just leave him there, you're going to lose maybe a couple of Terminators to him for no reason because you just left him in combat. I mean, it's not too late. He may well decide to fall them back still.
So we just got some measurements to do. It's all looking very tight at the moment, but I think it's quite obvious what Liam wants to do. Whether or not he can do it is another matter. Got assassination for the Solitaire, Dujazar, so he should score that. I think display or fight. I think Liam's going to have.
I'm not sure. There's a lot of no man's land units for
Because I think
Kari, because there's the Mandrakes and the Reavers on the right hand side. There's the Venom.
I know they have the Holy with
3 different units of Talos there. Most of them aren't in Ravagers. It really depends what Liam kills here. Just had a look at some of Liam's placement. Managed to get some heavy bolters on the bottom of the bottom. You can sort of see the back of the Venom, probably going to try and blow that up. But what he hasn't done, which surprises me, is he has Flamers anywhere near the front of that kill team, which means that potentially when Lilith does exit that Venom, we should be able to set up for a charge where most people can't see her. And that's one of the issues with that kill team that makes it so fucking so deadly is that, you know, no one wants to charge current Deathwatch aggressors because they do so much damage. Overwatch, especially witches. Lilith and the witches aren't going to make it. Those Flamers should have been placed a lot further forward so that when they go to charge that kill team, it's a real deterrent. So that I think is a bit of a problem. Hope it looks. And we're looking at what we're looking at, the rapid ingress issues caused by the Court of the Archon. Why Liam hasn't fallen back those Terminators in combat with Jazar, I don't know. You know, he would not have survived even some mediocre shooting at this point. I reckon even a grenade and some shots from that combi lieutenant would be enough to take him out. So for me, those Terminators should have fallen back. Maybe objective, been nicely, happily in cover. All moved into that gap to screen out what's coming, which is I think rest of the core of the arm.
because that's going to play a big part in CP spendage.
But the problem is it's also going to play a massive part next turn. So you know, Liam's placed all of these units with the intention that he's going to be able to kill most of the stuff right in front. Now, this entirely new unit, he's not going to have many shots into. He's going to be landing with plenty of range to move next time. I'm sorry. I mean, the placement early on, first big mistake for me is not when they set next lap.
Yeah, I think that's
So I think that's definitely a mistake. I don't know if George is going to punish the placement of the flamers on the bottom flank yet. They really, really should be up next to those Radicators so they can provide full overwatch. Some of those flamers are stood behind that piece of cover. They're not going to get shots on every places in it properly. But the best name to hope for here is that for the targets he wants to shoot do indeed die, and then keep his fingers crossed that Zala can do too much damage before he gets flat.
6 9.
okay. So
Well, we're off to a good start. So the venom that we wanted, that Liam wanted to die has died. You know, the power of Uppy Downey for a shoot the army.
yeah, that's quite big. That's actually pretty big.
In full display. But look, I mean, look again. It's hard to show you without zooming in, and the models are quite hard to tell from above. But if Lilith now leaves that ruin and goes immediately to the left, the wall on the left-hand side there is cover. One of the flamers will be able to overwatch on the way in instead of, I think there's 3 or so in there.
2 inches to stop it coming on back then.
Yeah, which is obviously handy, but I mean, at this point, one set of D6 flamers is going to kill all the bitches and Lilith. They want to shoot, especially with their stuff. So that's an issue. You wanted to just cover yourself with that. And I think when you have a kill team with flamers in it, they should always be at the forefront of your guys.
Yeah.
Rest the flamers be to prevent charges. Something that if Liam picks up on later on, I think he'll be able to play that particular unit much better. Now with the kill team, he's dropped in that cover back there. They can fire between the solitaire. Looks like these shots are the shots from the melters into the Talos. See how these do.
Three together, you can break this. It's a crispy.
2 6s, incredible.
Plus 6 in drink and plus 3. That makes you pretty bad. New hours. Yeah. Not bad.
Okay.
It's 3 damage, mate.
Yeah, so 3 for no pains. Take 2.
White balls.
You have +1 AP and +1 damage for 1 CP. And they just damage 3. Seems amazing.
You took big bets. What's 5?
Yeah.
Rolling. 1 sustained, 2 bits. 11. 2 wounds, mate. 85.
Both go through.
So 6 damage. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, dice.
This guy takes 6 again.
Fucking hell, Liam.
I just roll 6s, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Takes 4.
And this is this one. And then the multi-melter, it's 6 4 basically, but re-rolling. 2 bits, 3 for 11. 2 wounds, mate, and roll again.
How many guns have? 1. Jesus Christ! He's dead. That's insane. Every melter gun that went through did 6 damage. Every melter gun.
Right, now let's make solitaire and in solitaire as well.
Yeah.
So 3d6 plus 3. So
One thing about 11th I really wanted to change, get rid of the uppy downy. There's so much, and it's unstoppable. You can't do anything to stop it. Like,
bridging.
yeah.
They've reintroduced death rocks.
17 hits. Strength 6 because you're my close eligible. Twin linked. Yeah, 17 wounds, mate. Sure. So,
I mean, we're starting to see the full force of what Death Watch can do now. We've had a couple of things to go through there, but as you can see, that kill team unit that's dropped has used the melters and the heavy fighters in 2 talents.
Yeah, that
Now,
was.
I mean, look how easy that is. I mean, obviously, Liam rolled pretty hot on his wound rolls there, on his damage. But, now those flamers at the end will all be. Have a good time.
No,
Next turn, there was never really a reason to pick up from there. I think when you knew the solitaire was never really a reason to pick up from there. I think when you knew the solitaire was going to die to the flamers, those cyclone turnies were much better placed elsewhere. They left it.
yeah.
But look, never mind.
The clapback is happening.
It is happening to a degree. Lilith's now out. We've seen how well she does. I'm looking gutted for Liam. He didn't back for the guitar. He would have been still easy to kill. And then we've also got to wait and see how damaging Dark is going to be.
Yeah.
Because I mean you have to look at Liam's list. And the Terminators are great. I understand they can do business and they can tank stuff, but the 2 primary points of focus in this army is the 2, one of which has a Gravis captain attached, and that Gravis captain. That unit you can see on the far left, that the Court of the Archon is going to be absolutely hurricaning into.
Yeah.
With precision, good chance of die. That's Liam's 3 up. Very well. Did they need to land there? Did the other unit have gone there? If those Terminators have fallen back onto the objective, the Court of the Archon way.
Yeah.
All kinds of little possibilities there.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of cameras. Like, it's a whole bunch of damage one stuff, but it's like sustaining the big cameras. And
It grinds through stuff, mate.
I mean, cleaning rolls, it's just otherwise.
I think again, flamers. George will have ample opportunity to position those Court of the Archon unit in a place where he can make a reasonably distance charge without being overwatched.
That big unit.
Sorry?
The Court of the Archon unit.
Yeah, no, of course. That's why you need to kill it and shoot it in Overwatch, and you really want to stop that unit from getting in the first place.
Okay. So there's the CR, spot attacks, 2 of armor, and that's really inspired. Yeah.
Okay, Jazar's making attacks into those Terminators to see how much Liam's punished.
He's only got 5 things.
I mean, Liam's on no CP here, so he's got no defense against Jazar either.
Strength 5. 22 left, yeah. So 5, ED3.
5 4-ups. That's a terrible roll. So, yeah, I mean, we called it earlier on. Not falling back away from Jazar and allowing him to go into combat first. It's just cost Liam an entire unit of Terminators. He's going to feel that one. He's going to feel that one big time. And in a real key part too. And now Jazar's turned and faced that combi lieutenant, who's going to probably have his fucking legs chopped off very soon.
You think once. You don't have that.
Just 5 points for secondaries, Liam.
Assassinate.
Is that where you're putting secondaries? So he scored assassination. What are you doing with display of might? Anything? Holding, he's ditching it. Okay, and he's ditching display of might for a secret.
Yes, that was.
Society here is 5.
I've done the 5, yeah.
Okay.
How many wounds has Jazar got? Has he got to take a battle shot? No. Secondaries.
I think currently looking like it's 2 targets.
Tempting target and behind enemy lines. George's draw. Neither of those are particularly bad. I know it sounds trivial. I'm going to call it now. Not fooling those Terminators back and allowing Jazar to live might actually be one of those weird early game moments that defines the. He did. He whipped all 3 Terminators away, which we kind of knew he could do. That for me, bigger mistake even in the placement of the Thunderstrike. There was just absolutely no reason. He's only got 3 wounds left. He's a low toughness character. It wouldn't have taken much weight of shots or a grenade or something of nature to get rid of him. Even the combi lieutenant probably could have charged in after shooting and taken him out. Those totally should have been taken out of harm's way.
George, sorry. George. So did you get 15 for primary? Yeah. I'm holding this.
The Court of the Archon coming down there has obviously secured George 15 for primary. Start of this turn 2, which is a really, really big start. And then we're about to witness, as we said, the most valuable of the 2 kill teams. I mean, so Liam will now have 2 CP for throwing away Dree, and then obviously the start of this round. So he will be able to watch the Court of the Archon. And 2 CP. Liam won 2 CP. 2 CP.
He was on to escape 1 to no Overwatch.
Okay, cool. So as we would have expected, the no Overwatch has been spent by George on that Court of the Archon. So those flamers are just being ignored now. Obviously a big issue. Liam's arguably is about to get absolutely churned up. And I would be very surprised if George doesn't do everything he can to get that character out of that early doors.
I think he needs to capitalise now, really hard.
If George hits that unit hard, keeps them in combat so they can't, up and down. He'll have achieved everything he needs to. Again, Jazar taking out that captain in the middle, taking the middle objective, getting rid of some of Liam's benefits. I think it's +1 to or something like that for his existence. He dies, that goes with him, so they're going to lose that too. And I'll be honest with you, that Terminator squad in the cycle, big time melee unit. Those guys are going to get a chance to hit that before they die. I think. And you've only got sessions at the back there to protect the home objective. There's a lot happening here, and it's not going Liam's way.
There was a glimmer of hope, and I think it's fading away now.
Yeah, no, I think again, it's really easy to commentate when you're not the one playing, right? But there's just been some big positional mistakes here that have just allowed George to really take the fight to Liam where he didn't want it. And it's one of those things. There's certain players that can play. George is one of them, where he makes very few mistakes himself. But what he does very well is when you make a mistake.
Yes,
and that's literally the same. You know, I mean, fine. You know, he's lost a couple of Talos. You know, the Incubi didn't churn through that entire Terminator squad in one go, but I mean, they still have clapback from Jazar. And losing the big kill team at the back here, especially losing it right deep in your own territory, is really going to hurt Liam's chances of being able to. You know, Liam really wanted to be in a position where, as soon as those Talos came out, he had a kill team to drop in front of them and nuke them. And one of those two units is going to be gone soon. I'm not sure the positioning from here, whether Lilith's going to be able to get into that second squad or not. I'd say it'd be worth the risk just for holding them. I mean, obviously, if she makes the charge, he could position it in a way that most of those Terminators can't fight into a couple of, you know, basically Gravis Marines that are going to be punching and not doing a whole lot of damage. I mean, this is exactly in the game where on the next turn, Liam would love to drop a Thunderstrike down and take out a new Talos, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a lingering Venom. In this case, a Ravager as well. And that option was taken off the board by George really early. A real shame to see that happen. There is one unit of 3 Cyclone Terminators still off the board. So there is something in reserves for Liam, but then it's already starting to look like, you know, in terms of unit volume, George is going to continue to overwhelm for at least another turn. Yeah. All right. I'm going to be George is working out what to do with Jazar here. Obviously, if Jazar moves and ends within 9 of that combat lieutenant, the combat lieutenant will get a free 6-inch move. I don't know if he really needs to be too concerned about that. I don't really see where that's going to walk. If where he's going to go, what he's going to do. I don't think it's going to be a lot. That character in the middle is getting back up on a 2-up, so he's not much of a threat. I think what George probably wants is to send Drazar into the big kill team squad, helps to try and take out. I mean, there's some. Given his success rate into the other Terminators, I imagine George is keen to make sure Drazar takes a few more Terminator heads with him before he dies. Which is definitely obviously going to be a lot more beneficial than taking out a combi lieutenant, especially when you don't have assassination. I mean, I know it's really down to the players to decide this, but I'd really like to see players stop moving models out of sequence. Something that sometimes you see a lot, and it's that point is to kind of, you know, make a decision and kind of stand by. I mean, there's only so many times you can go back. You start to gain quite a big advantage. It looks like he's chosen to leave Jazar in place, so he probably is just going to like combi lieutenant. But you have to with 40k, there's a lot of give and take, and you know, pays you with the same kindness as if you do make a slip up or a mistake later in the game, and that's the balance that you run when you have this. You know,
it's precisely that.
It sounds cheesy to bring it up, but I mean, game of 40k is a social contract, right? Really, you know,
It's a cooperative game when you're trying to beat each other.
Yeah, you both give each other as much as you're willing to give. And that's the players. I respect Liam for allowing that. Bit more to the right. That's it. It's time to get like strength 3. It's 5 minutes to get us down. That dice tray. With the reflections and stuff, so see, but it's enough.
We're doing something I like to call operating on a shoestring budget.
That's okay. Just say we're poor as fuck, but we're streaming for you, so
Yeah.
fucking enjoy it. I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone in the comments was playing like straight anyway, so I don't really need to worry about that too much. Again, we just see reminded again and again how important anti-inventory is to Jakari.
Yeah.
You know, units like that shouldn't be wounding Terminators on threes.
I
And
got
just
Vixen.
yeah. Not too much damage done there.
But the Stun Rifles did just kill the guy on 1 wound, which is something.
Which we just said, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have
You're going to fail those 1-ups eventually.
start whittling down, and when we're talking about Terminators, whereas before we were talking about Orcs, and obviously Orcs don't have that kind of saving power.
Exactly, yeah.
But they also don't cost like 40 points a model, so 35, 40 points for a Terminator.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cheap. It's not cheap, and I think the Viking boys are relatively costly.
George has rolled an incredible amount of 1s and 2s.
That was good. I mean, to be fair, there's been too many 6s in this game so far, so it's nice to see some 1s and 2s, just to remind us the dice aren't bad.
Yeah. So full shield damage. That was one. Yeah, full shield.
Okay, so another turn me gone just to scatter fire. It's really
Yeah.
don't be picking one up. I think it's a horrible time to remind us that those Terminators, when they came down, didn't do fuck all. So they really have come down in the corner, done absolutely nothing, and then just been whittled away. I guess we'll have to see how much of a role they play in the turn. Gets with this big kill team Liam's inevitably about to lose at least half of. And just remember, there's still 4 Talos lurking around that piece of terrain. There's still 2 Urges lurking around the board. And there's still Mandrakes and Reavers in that bottom right-hand corner that are going to be really hard to dig out of where they're positioned. Uppy Downey's not going to get to them.
On screen for the Jakari deployment.
Yeah, and the fact that he's managed to screen so well whilst on an objective in that bottom right-hand corner. Liam. You know, George was complaining earlier about how much he is in the game and how hard it is to defend against. And he's right to a degree, but I mean, so far, really, he's lost what? A Venom and 2 Talos to it. It's hardly the end of the world.
Those things back.
I mean, you say you leave the Dark Lancers alive, they will just pick up the odd Terminator here and there. That unit's now susceptible to battle shocks and will be far less effective in combat when it tries to get into this Court of the Archon for revenge in a little while. It's also a slowish unit, so while you can pick it up and bring it down, it's not going to be devastating now that the unit's full. And if you leave it there to try and get onto an objective, even quite close to, it's going to take them 2 turns to get there if they advance.
Yeah.
So, you know, dropping a unit in the corner like that, you've really got to think, what's it going to do when it lands? And where's it going to go afterwards?
Yes, exactly.
You know,
I'm also curious about how the Court of the Archon's going to do against the Court of Marines here.
yeah, no, I mean, oh, absolutely. I think it's going to shred. You have to remember that kill team is mostly Gravis, and other than the aggressors who have power fists and stuff. You know, most of those Gravis guys are just punching back.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of attacks, strength 4, no AP. Even a squishy unit like the Cavalite Warriors are going to laugh at his punches. You know, they're going to lose a couple, and it's very likely, as we said before, George is going to target that character out of that unit. And most of the melee threat dies on charge.
It's everything again.
So, if he wants to check that's all.
So don't worry. Charming, yeah.
Okay, the Archon doing his damage again. You know, contemplating throwing an Overwatch into Drazari closer to the lieutenant. But ultimately not doing so because the Court of the Archon there, the enhancement and the Vex from the Archon would have made that. I imagine he's saving that 2 CP for either Armor of Contempt or some kind of other defensive strat. I don't know Deathwatch very well. But he's going to want as much of this kill team to live as possible. Although I'll be honest with you, given that they can't uppy downy out of combat, and it's very unlikely they're going to be able to get out of combat at this point, how hard do you try to hold on to that unit once the captain is gone and their ability to move for a whole time? Is it worth spending the CP to try to keep that? No, it's not going to do anything. Infantry units like that can't shoot into combat. I don't think he has the ability to fall back and shoot. So ultimately, what are you trying to hang on to?
Exactly.
But these are the hard choices in the last game. George forces you to make. And when you have to pay the extra CP for it, the choice is that much harder.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Surprisingly, though, or maybe not, Lilith has not decided to make a run at that other kill team, which I am shocked by because obviously George is leaving another big uppy downy shooty unit, which potentially going to come back and burn him later on. And I imagine, to be honest with you, the reason why Liam is not spending the 2 CP he has on things like Overwatch and stuff right now is he needs to have a CP left, at least 1 CP at the end of the fight phase to pick that kill team up. So he knows that, and George knows that.
This is going to be concentration for 2.
Yeah. I mean, again, for me, trying to salvage a kill team, which is not going to have a lot left soon, versus the ability to pick up that other kill team, which if you don't pick it up, is going to do nothing for a turn because it's in absolute no man's land where it is. He really needs to just, I think, accept that kill team is gone. Probably wasn't placed in well. But again, just like Tom, being caught up in the rest of the game about the big rapid ingress threat, and it's punished you.
So it's CP Armor of Contempt.
Wow, I am genuinely surprised by that.
I mean, it might cancels out the pain token additional AP. So,
yeah. I mean, there's still so much high AP in there. Attacks. I would be surprised if it leaves much left at the end of this process.
So it doesn't look like George's going to see life for sustainment. He just got quite a lot on his eye.
Surprise, surprise.
Including the trainer.
Not like George turned down an advantage, is it?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 times. 2 rounds. Cobra's only 2 wounds. 3 wounds.
3 wounds, but it's, the Archon.
Oh. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, next play. Sustains.
Right, we're just watching the various attacks come in from that core of the Archon unit now. Inevitably, we could be watching Liam pick up some Gravis here. I think that's 3 models have gone already. Liam is also not saving well, bless him. So, painful to watch.
The guys are draining right now.
Lots of blue 5s and 6s and lots of red 1s and 2s.
How we sustain really serious stuff. And he
We keep hearing it again and again. And infantry 2 up, and infantry 3 up,
Yeah. The end this time.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if you're toughness 5. You know what I mean? Oh, Gravis, toughness 5 or 6? But yeah, it's not. Toughness 5, 3 wounds apiece. So.
Yeah.
I mean, look, here we go. I mean, no precision being used, which I'm a little bit surprised by. But I guess what George has thought to himself here is that actually it's the volume of shots that are bothering me, and not so much the melee of one grab as captain.
It's going to have 20 attacks, so I think I've lots of down.
Yeah. So I mean, by the time all of these Gravis are gone, you know, this Gravis captain is going to have a hell of a lot of work to do on his own. He's not going to chop through all those. So, you know, argue that's the right choice to make.
Okay, so we are now, so it's good make or break. Okay.
I mean, I haven't heard exactly how many weapon profiles have gone out, but I think the court have done most of their stuff.
So, all different profiles.
I mean, one thing to bear in mind, I suppose, is that at least the aggressors have pistols. So the flamers for the aggressors can. They don't. Yeah. So the Gaunt Storm Flamer pistols are amazing.
That one's pretty sad.
Sack that off, peeps. I was being optimistic. Apparently, they don't have the fucking pistol keyword, which is absolutely savage. So those aggressors are going to be just, yeah, other than a couple of power fist attacks, which aren't going to churn through those Cabalite warriors, absolutely fucking useless.
With the arc, I can reroll all of these.
Yep. R.I.P. Kilton. Okay, the Cabalites haven't done a huge amount of damage here, but I think we'll probably see at least another model or two leave the table here. Okay. All right. So look, there's no CP left, and that other kill team's going to be locked in place in the bottom flank with many places to go. But it's like the Gravis and all three aggressors should survive.
Okay.
Damage. Kill another one. You'll say.
Yeah.
What level 2? With it.
I know we did lose one aggressor to that.
And then yourself an anti-infantry free weapon. Luckily got sustain.
Well, let's have a look now then. What can two aggressors and a Gravis captain do?
Well, we actually killed quite a lot of Cabalite actually, because they are tanky neutralizers still.
No, but I mean, you know, George would have absolutely expected to the Cabalites and not give a shit. So he will not mind picking up some Cabalite warriors here. Jesus Christ, honestly, that's just diabolical. Rolling 2 6s for saves there. Wow.
2 attacks.
Another save. Jesus Christ.
Rolling hot on them.
Rolling hot on everything. I mean, yeah, some Cabalite warriors a bit in the dust.
So Draz using this once again ability is going to, if he kills a character, gets D3 pain tokens. It shouldn't be the Warlord, but if it was the Warlord, it would be flat 3 pain tokens. But this is now going to force this Lieutenant to make a lot of saves. One thing that should do.
I mean, that's diabolical.
And just against plus 2.
So George has just picked up 3 additional pain tokens from that one.
Yeah.
So if that, I mean, again, if we haven't stressed it enough before, Jazar should be dead.
He should.
I mean, Jazar in this game now, 5 or 6 Terminators are now a character, still alive when he shouldn't be, and has just generated 3 additional pain tokens on top of the one he earned earlier. So, you know,
He's making his points back.
Yeah, I mean, he's more than made his back, and he's sitting there on 2 wounds. You know, he should have been gone last turn.
Just a simple fallback and then grenade.
Simple fallback, a grenade, some shots and a charge from that combi lieutenant. That combat could have been the other way around. A combi lieutenant taking down Jazar would obviously be mad respect as well. You'd put that it on your wall afterwards, wouldn't you? But it's not so much that, mate. Why did you not fall those Terminators back from Jazar?
These guys here. He's not the well,
With them, to be fair, but I want to shoot there. The idea was that they're able to shoot, so I'm +2 strength against the stuff I want to hit. I want to bang a charge. I thought it was a 7. I was not looking properly, so a reroll will charge. I get in, I kill him in combat. It frees them up a bit. It was a bit risky play, to be fair.
And then I reckon that could be Lieutenant with some shots. And we have done him on his own.
Probably, yeah. It probably would have been smarter just to leave him, shoot him if I need to. But like the Ravager took 2 wounds from 12 Cyclones.
Talos gone, and you're right to start taking them apart. But yeah, that I think if the Terminators fall into that gap as well, the Court of the Archon start way back.
Yeah, they should have definitely gone back.
I was
expecting just to lose all of them when he hit me and make no 4-ups, you know.
Yeah, he took heads, bro.
He did take heads.
I don't know whether you guys could hear Liam in that exchange. Well, I think we're just reflecting on how much damage Jazar has done and how he probably should have been a bit more of a priority in the last. I mean, he really has. I mean, he's killed 6 Terminators and a character across 2 turns, and he's still standing. He's going to be a problem.
So,
are we still in your turn, George? Or how did your secondary score, bro?
So, 4-1. He scored 15 last turn, I scored 10. He scored 5 this turn.
Secondaries for your last turn?
tempting target, starting hits, primary lights.
Cool. So tempting target achieved, and discarding the other for a CP. So that's more CP and pain tokens that Liam will not have wanted George to have. So that'll be George on 2 CP now, and Liam on 1.
And I believe Liam just scored 5 primary.
He did score 5 primary, yeah. So yeah, primary denied by George at this point.
Very close game.
I mean, it's close in points. Liam has lost a considerably higher amount of the army, and positional-wise, George is absolutely killing it. That last turn finished the game. That sounds super fucking negative. You sit and commentate and be on like the start of someone's turn 3 and say the game's over. But I think you have to be able to look at the choices George has made here versus some of the trade-offs. What left in the bank to use, and you've got to go look at that. There's a big old uphill struggle here, playing against a player that doesn't make a great deal of mistakes.
I think you are correct. Okay, so Storm Hostile and Secure No Man's Land.
I mean, both of those are actually pretty sucky secondaries for Liam to have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one. That's fine.
All right, George is spending a CP here.
Right, so the channel initially lost a subscriber earlier in game 1, and now we've gained another 2, so we're at 303.
You're welcome. I wonder who unsubscribed. I think it's just my voice is too grating. Maybe they just didn't like it. Whoever unsubscribed, fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, please come back.
With a friend.
Yes.
How many viewers do we have?
The watch count is 3 at the moment, but it goes up and down.
Okay.
So by the end of the stream, we see like how many individual views we actually had.
Nice.
So when it happened and then the stream stopped, we had
Well, bring them all back. Wonder if we just like start taking requests for like karaoke. So like it's like long periods of rolling. We should just like have a sing along. If someone comments a track, I'll consider it. Particularly partial to some Whitney or Michael Bolton. What are we attacking here, chaps? Okay, we're dealing with some Overwatch. Court of the Archon putting some Overwatch to the kill team. We've already lost an aggressor to it. That Gravis captain's taking some wounds too.
Means what else died?
I mean, that's another unit. That Gravis captain is hurt.
It's feeding more pain tokens to me.
Yeah, constantly feeding the pain tokens in. I mean, yeah, Death Watch are already looking really, really thin on the ground. And Liam's dead pile looks expensive.
So look,
There's a lot of points over there.
that's half not expensive. I mean, armies, isn't it? If you roll those things and you start failing, then that's actually quite a significant part of your army. It's still.
Yeah, I just think we keep talking about this like high volume, kind of lower impact fire with anti-infantry.
Yeah, it makes all the difference.
Every time you pick up a Terminator, you're picking up 30 points, man. Like,
Yeah.
And it's just when you have small unit sizes where 3 or 5, as soon as you start losing all this, so that it's at that point where there are certain games you have with those certain days, the cyclone mission where they'll spike when they're playing, they'll land, they'll punch up and do some damage into the and I think other than the talent, really have to. It's mostly just MSU stuff that moves quickly and punches out. Those cyclone mission units don't really have that much impact on the game. I mean, Liam mentioned before, this list is mostly unchanged. He played Bristol, he did confirm. And obviously, he's already won 2 games here today. He's coming to the game as a conference, so. Yeah, there's that too. I mean, I guess you have to remember as well, Trump doesn't like anything. Trump's looking against here. Since it now, you mentioned McCready, one of those guys makes very few mistakes because they're absolute capitalists. Yes. Unfortunately, every single mistake has been met with severe punishment. That's a hard pill to swallow. You can't just back it up making mistakes. You only try and learn.
Well, I guess the takeaway is to play this game and see what happens. So don't just learn. In fact, that in this next games.
I mean, so many of the best players, when they run in this, they that key running. And that core of the art. It's an absolute nice unit. Not only is it really punishing when it gets in, obviously the tactical impact, bringing that back down exactly where you make it, really limit stuff. And having the option to put no overwatch and a unit it just means that rapid ingress and follow-up charges and stuff, that sort of devastating. You just don't. That's just a strong place for
Rapid ingress, that's come into play. Games.
Oh, and it's been huge.
Yeah, it's been huge.
It's been huge. I think we said it before, and I think Liam was just totally not really having played against the Archon. So just kill team with tank in. But I think we kind of said, you know, we were hoping he shouldn't waste it on
Yeah.
10, especially two steep game events. Trying to keep a unit alive is essentially dead.
And
It has died. You know, he's got one rapid left that's going to do absolutely nothing. But unfortunately, by spending the CP there and saving it to take a unit down his other kill team then becomes ineffective at worst. And actually, in one turn, just neutralised two of the biggest units they have.
yeah, that's
That's kind of smart, son. Like, it's just, yeah, it just hurts. But you know, those are the choices that when you're forced to make, you know, you have to kind of hope that you go the right way.
oh, the big work.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I mean, okay, so the character surprise, surprise. It's up 2+. The shots from the veterans are what took him out, in case anyone was wondering what's happening there.
For being in the middle.
Yeah, because I mean, there's not loads of. I think the irony is here is that that kill team at the bottom flank has been moved back into cover, which you know all well and good. They can pop out and retake whatever comes into the centre now, but because they have tucked back in, Lilith now doesn't have. It's very simple. She's going to go for that, smash that jet. Probably take a fair few of those veterans down with her. You've obviously got the anti-infantry shots from that character that's just got back up on a 2+ as well. He's not bad in combat either. So I think, you know, Liam had to do it, but that squad in the middle is not going to survive long now.
Strong.
And then, you know, when that kill team comes out of that bottom piece of terrain, they've got some Talos there they can take with them, which is handy. That gets the Talos gone, but they're going to have to get stuff as well. I think there's some flavors in there, so the witches should be kind of dust. So there's still some hitbacks to be made. Again, I don't expect that Rhino to after George's next shooting phase. Scourges are here for. Yeah, having to think through what he does here.
I think the scourges bring up and behind way where Liam's inability to turn the rest go out to evil things down. So shoot.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of George just has a lot of options for I'm with now because he has the Venoms, he has the Ravager, he has the 2 Scourge units, he still has 2 units of Talos. And we haven't even talked about the fact that Talos are going to go crazy on that middle unit as well. So Liam might still have that one big kill team left, but there are lots of him next turns.
So 6 to 6. Yes. We're doing it last. Okay. And that's the last. So briefly. So 10.
19. Lethal rerolls.
So you get rerolls?
Oaths.
Oh, yeah.
That was a dice. No more. Oh, one more lethal. And then your minus one wound, right? So this will be 4s. So looking at 4, 8, 12, mate. No AP, so just 4 ups. Yeah, yeah.
Damage 1,
All damage 1. Yeah.
So 7. I got 7 wounds between them.
Yep.
Would be nothing.
Yep.
So 3.
Kills the guy in a wound. Yep.
3. Kills another guy.
Yep. Lovely.
Seeing the core of the Archon get whittled down now. But I mean, I don't think George would be too really done their job. Yeah, they've killed a massive unit. They've turned Liam's army around. You know, when you do throw stuff forward into the enemy's back line like that, you have to remember it's not just what they take with them. It's, you know, the whole army then has to turn around, go back on themselves. You know, so it really prevents the kind of go forward. So if you can take out what you need to take out, you know, risking and throwing big units forward like that, especially when you can, you know, turn all over once, you know, you just cause no end of problem, like psychologically as well as, you know, if your opponent.
From multiple shots. You know, just a little.
I've got to be honest, I don't think I've ever killed anything in 40k with a 100 killer missile.
Yeah,
It's just something about that weapon price.
the dice gods know.
It's just destined to do nothing.
Well, I see that on the biggest advice. To me, friends. Oh, thank you. Plus 63 dollars. Straight to the venom.
Take skill to Mandrix and then just to go into feed. So the cyclones.
Took him 2 turns. Not there. I mean, Liam gets benefits for shooting the closest target, right? So I guess that's really helped that Ravager out. Okay, and the Terminators that we earlier on suggested Draz should have gone for have had a crack at him here. I mean, ultimately, again, you know, with the amount of work Draz has done to this point, George will not be concerned that he's losing him at this point. He has done absolute massacre so far.
Because of Springman.
There's an event anyway.
That's killed it.
Okay, so there are some shields.
That's killed it.
Okay, so there are some shields.
Waiting for 83.
Oh, shit. What we're watching here, guys, is Liam's veteran squad fail lots and lots of saves. Liam's in real danger now of losing his secondary for taking the middle objective, as well as losing primary next turn. And I don't think there's a lot he can do about it.
So, which is
This fight phase alone has probably cost Liam about 12 points.
there was 2 guys.
Well, that's in last turn, I was broke. Who's rolling with lethals? Got 1. It's a hit, that's lethal. Sec 6 advance and pause. 2 AP2.
5s. 1 goes through.
1.
Gunner Pains. No, down to 2.
Amazing. Terminators.
Yep.
1. 2 lethals. 2.
So that means 700 are they?
700s are. AP2. That falls. 88 dead, yeah. He's done way better than I thought he was. Yeah.
To be honest. Four. So if you guys are on,
These are going to advance. Get 4.
Yep. Oh, God, no seconds.
Oh, yeah, duh. Sabotage and no prisoners. I hate sabotage. It's just an annoying one. Yeah.
I just don't think, other than, trying to up his points, see the game out. There's a great deal that Liam can do now. So you've still got Mandrakes in the bottom right, Reavers in the bottom right that haven't had to move all game. Mandrakes are the Witches, I think it is on the home objective, haven't had to move all game. Scourges in that back objective that haven't had to move all game. And there's still 4 very dangerous Talos making their way up the board. That Archon and a couple of before, including the Fights First member, are still causing problems up on that top left objective. Liam still has like a whole kill ruin at the bottom next to that Rhino, which I'm surprised lived this long, but I guess George is quite happy to ignore the Rhino because it's doing absolutely nothing. So the middle objective, Liam still has the opportunity to flip that when he comes out with. There's still 4 Terminators left in that ruin just to the left of the middle objective, but other than potentially taking a crack at those Talos, they're not going to stop this game. There's not really enough of them to take an objective. Liam's been chasing his tail for some time now, and it still feels very much like George is George will certainly command a huge lead from primary alone on this take and hold mission.
I think we're going pretty hard.
Yeah, this has definitely been an those again. We've mentioned it a few times. Those couple of mistakes early on have just had like a huge knock on the rest of the game. And it's it's going to be one of those tough watchbacks, I think, for Liam to look and go, okay, should have started the speeder off the board. Drazar should have been dealt with slightly differently. Placement on some of the kill teams when they've been dropped in, placement on the Terminators when they've been dropped in. I wouldn't be surprised actually in the future if Liam takes one of those 3-man or smaller Terminators and drops it altogether. I just don't think do it enough in games like this. I think he's going to start to probably look at this MSU battle and go, you know what, I don't have enough units. Do I need some more infiltrators? Do I need some more kind of screening? Do I need some scouts or some other stuff? So yeah, I think he's going to probably look back at this list and see where those points can be better spent.
I have to see George Slater probably winning the.
I mean, I know we're doing this on strength of schedule, but I mean, we've just seen George beat Tom Godfrey, who we would expect to win his third and final game of the day. Obviously, Liam's already won 2 games today, so I'm not sure who his first opponent was, but it's very likely from where I'm sitting, he's going to take a trophy home with him.
So they just can't deal with it. Re-roll can't deal with the situated shots coming through.
I imagine T12 down at T11 is.
T11 great.
Yeah.
So yes, for the shots, but it's mainly the cover. There's missed so much. My experience with Tywin 10 is largely handcraft. So the first 3 turns was lethal. I'm not used to sitting back for 3 turns. Maybe if I did, things would be a bit different. But I think Tower in a really strong place. That's active that has Tower going to do quite well.
Yeah. And it's always been Chaos Knights for you? Or?
Well, I probably started in this night with Blood Angels. That was my passion. Kristen with that.
Yeah.
I so much going on that I couldn't stick with just playing Marines. So many different Knights drops. Really loved it. Few units to figure out how to play. It was okay, and then they started having sort of Wolves.
Yeah.
That was really what spiked it for me. I took a little bit of hiatus. Started playing some other games. Lots going on for family life. And then thinking Chaos Knights, Codex. Definitely worth a bit of play here. I think it's friction matter. You know, you've got to have that. I think it's friction matter. You know, you've got to have that take the scissors. In any
For everybody sitting at home, yes, this has turned into an interview. We basically just spent the last 20 minutes listening to what Jamie thinks about Chaos Knights. Which, as interesting as it is, we've decided not to bother because Liam is getting his shit pushed in currently by Shikari. It's not looking too hot. This has continued on the trajectory that it's been at for a while. And we're invested in his life as well. Being on the table. You know, we should have said goodbye and waved lovingly to that captain a whole turn ago. Like, he was done. Bless his cotton socks, he's hanging in there for the Imperials.
6-3 those two. Oh,
Emperor protects, boys. Emperor protects. Doesn't score you points, but he protects.
Strength 4. Those 2 systems. Yeah. 5s.
I mean, fuck me. There's so many dice. Every time Jakari gains a melee, there's just so many dice.
Yeah.
And they just keep getting rolled and rolled again and rolled again until something dies. And finally,
he has 6 attacks, which is 1, strength 4, 80 nothing.
Gravis captain is no more. And actually, you know, it sounds very unsportingly for a 40k to mention, but he is one of those players that buckles under the clock. And I had to, you know, that turn must have taken about 45 minutes. That was one of the longest 40k turns. And I think, you know, as significantly talented a player as he is, one of those guys that really does fold under the time if I put him on it. Should that be the case, you know? the case. Obviously, in an ideal world, you'd see any 40k game out until all 5 turns. But realistically, in these decisions, you're given between 2.5.
If you like playing on the just it's fair, everybody gets equal time.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Liam's lost a lot of units, and therefore he doesn't have loads to do. But that George has been playing for Liam so far in this game has been obviously extremely one-sided.
Yeah. So, to be honest, so CP floors. I'll bring him ever.
Yeah.
Did you keep Storm time? Sorry? Or?
No, at the end of John.
Okay. The end of my turn, expect the CT to pick up the kill team.
So as expected, Liam has taken that kill team up into the sky. Be able to see where he drops this, where he can have the most impact on the game. What secondaries did we get, Liam? Behind enemy lines and no prisoners. I mean, no prisoners. He has a chance to do a couple of bits and pieces here, but behind enemy lines, yeah, George is screened out so well. That kill team's not near that deployment zone. I don't think, but I'm not sure exactly what's on the other side of those ruins over there. And let's face it, the threats are elsewhere. So is he going to want to drop that kill team anyway? At this point, Liam's sort of playing for pride. But I would be interested to see where he's decided to put this kill team after picking it up.
Yeah. So that's top.
Yep. Get a paint token. I get one for team killing as well, so. Okay.
Wow. It's a bit nice. Mandrick still, I don't want to lose it. It's always more. Big huge amount. We're still at Lucas. I think we just keep.
So we got behind the no prisoners, is it?
Yeah, I think rather than getting anywhere, just keep on this. Probably be able to keep this on the Terminator. The Terminator is just going to combat.
You have to take a desperate.
Escape.
Yeah, you have to anyway because of the witch's ability. You always take desperate escape tests with witches. They dies because we have paint token. That's the first time I've seen that work for the witches. I miss the days when it was just like you just don't fall back. Like it was actually good. It's like, no, you're in combat with witches, you're staying there, mate. You're staying there. But that does mean that I just get hit by a bunch of Gravis guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do, to be honest. Yeah. I don't really miss these boys. I think I'm going to have to just assume I'll be primary death anytime soon. Just kill what I can. Points.
Kill.
Kill everything. Stay outside 12 for any nonsense.
Yeah.
We've got the Flamers. I'm probably having an increase for the fuel.
Where did you get the Cyclone Missile launchers from? They're not standard. Okay.
I mean, sorry, PW listening.
Yeah. Hey, I got it. When it comes to printing guns and stuff, I got no problem with it. It's when you get like whole 3D printed models, I'm like, I don't know. I think as long as they match the same size, kind of silhouette, if you know what I mean, then I've not got a problem with it. But the weapons, because GW are just so stingy with so for instance, like Scourge, you get one lance in a pack of Scourge, but So it's only because I've been collecting Jakari for so long that I had like 50 lances spare that I was like,
So I'm supposed to see if we can give these guys and these guys systems.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe some on CP for shooting. I think that's like do is try and kill this, maybe some shots into this. There's not a huge amount more I can do. I'd love to bring these guys around, but you just drop them back. So let's have a quick check.
if they fucking.
There's not a huge amount you can do with that. I think we just kill a lot of off as we can.
Oh, she's already done so much this game. Like she's done loads. Same as Draz, he overperformed as well.
Okay, great. So obviously she's over, so I'm going to stay on those. So we're just shooting.
Yeah.
Keep the strong bolts down there first.
Yeah.
Just 2 shots. And freeze. 2 wounds on
5 up with being in cover. Nope.
2 ladies.
2 ladies dead.
I feel so I spent the CP to give me first range, AP. Flame is going to Linda. All the melts are going to Talos. And the bolts are going to Talos for Bobo.
If let us survive this is a miracle.
Yeah, I'm just going to hold the Talos with heavy bolters. Flamers bolters. Let's get my sat by Flamers. 7, so 10. Try 9. 2 guys left. 2 rolling. So that is 8. 8 people ignore cover.
Which dead?
7 on.
Dead. Yeah, dead.
No, so they won't be trying to name this reading. So
If this game didn't have guns, she'd be amazing.
Off 9, so 3s. So 2 at AP5.
6s. Nope.
First 5. Then second them say first by 6 11.
2, 4,